have a lesson on show, don't tell. We're going to use Joseph Bruchac's book, Wabi, The Hero's Tale. We've been finishing this up in school. And we're going to learn all about his writing style and how to spruce up our own writing. Here's our book here, and remember it was all about when he fell in love with an Abenaki Indian woman. This great horned owl named Wabi transforms into a human being, and after several trials and adventures, he learns to adapt to his new life. So today, what we're going to learn is to be able to revise the lines of our own poems and incorporate some imagery and sensory details, just like Joseph Bruchac did in his own writing. So, if I said to you, I am happy, what does that mean?
Just boring and like I'm happy.
Boring, happy.
It's just there.
Do you know why I'm happy?
No.
All right, let's see. What if I said, the day is finally here. I take my seat in the stands and watch the procession of students in white and red gowns. They take their seats and I clap my hands together while others whoop and holler behind me. Her name is called, she stands up and walks across the stage with a smile on her face. She shakes the principal's hand and reaches for the hard-earned diploma. Now, what is this about?
Well, obviously someone's graduating, and I can really sense like where they are and like why it's happening.
Okay.
And that makes it like more in the moment, I guess.
Can you see that I'm happy here?
Yes.
What words tell me that I'm happy?
Smile.
Smiles,
Hoop and holler.
hoop and holler,
Clap.
clapping.
Finally.
Yeah. Finally, after 12 years. So when we revise our writing, and just like Joseph's style here, we can make our writing go from regular to extraordinary. So what does it mean to show and don't tell? So here's another example, telling the house is old. But if I'm showing, as I walk up the steps, I hear creak, creak, creak every step I take. I grasp the wobbly railing and I see the paint dust fall onto the dusty floor. How does this show? Can you get a sense that my house is old if I did it this way? Yeah?
Yeah, it's using like more adjectives than the house is old. But just,
More
yeah.
adjectives. Yeah.
It's more in the moment, I think.
In the moment. We have personification with the creak. I can even do it. Creak, creak. Okay. Here's an example from the book we just read, and we're going to see if you can figure out what scene he's talking about. So the first thing was feeling surrounded by a wall that was wrapped around me. The wall had never bothered me before. I've always felt warm and secure. But then a frantic feeling came over me. I had to get out of there. I pushed against the wall with my head, attacked it with my beak. Finally, when it seems as if I couldn't fight any longer, I broke through. What's he talking about here?
Isn't that the scene where the owl is born?
The owl is born here. And Mia, our clicker, do you have anything to say too?
He's getting out of the egg. The wall is the egg.
Yes, he's getting out. And what are some words that helped you determine that, guys?
Well, the wall.
The wall?
Obviously.
Beak, I guess, because like
Beak?
he's a bird.
And like it never bothered him before.
Never
now-
bothered him before?
But now like it's making him like claustrophobic. Like why am I?
It could also explain a teenager.
What if he just wrote,
Maybe.
I broke out of my shell?
It's boring.
It's boring. It's definitely boring. All right, take it away, Mia. So another example here. Let's see if we can figure out what he's saying here. Which had led me to this new creature. It had come crawling and skulking from the broken cliffs a few days ago. It looked like something big, like a human being, but it was not. Its teeth were long and sharp, and its hands clawed, its little eyes as yellow as pine pitch. Its elbows and knees bent strangely, and it did not walk upright. What are they talking about here?
Wolf.
A wolf or
Bear.
a bear? Could be a bear. What words give it away? How did he show you that instead of telling you it's a bear?
Oh, yellow.
Sharp.
Yellow eyes, teeth.
Its elbows bent strangely and it did not walk upright.
Yeah, that's
So
probably the biggest
it's not a
telling
person.
point right there, right? All right, take it away, Mia. Well, why? Why shouldn't we use telling sentences when we write?
It doesn't engage the reader as much.
Doesn't engage the reader.
It's boring and it seems like maybe a child wrote them or something.
Boring, childish, okay? Yeah? So why should we use showing sentences when we write?
They're more descriptive and they tell you more about the scene and what's going going on.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely more. All
You
right.
get a better understanding of what's going on.
I think so. So how can you do this in your own writing? Okay? So we can write about what the person is saying, maybe what they're doing, what they're thinking. You can use describing words, using sensory language. So instead of just talking about what you see, you can also talk about what you hear, what maybe you taste in the scene, what you smell, or what you touch. Okay? Use adjectives and action verbs. Get those action verbs in there, okay? So instead of saying you sat on the couch, maybe you flopped on the couch. Instead of saying the ugly cat, you can say the stringy gray-haired cat. Okay? Adding more language like that. So your turn. My room is a mess.
You know? Well, it is.
It is? All right, so let's take this and turn it into something better. All right, so your turn. Hold on there. All right, girls, we're going to take a moment and change this, add some sensory details into that, and make it into an extraordinary, like a little paragraph. All right, we're back now. Would anybody like to read their sentence?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I yawn and throw off my sheets into a heap at the end of my bed, the bed that will remain unmade until I go to sleep again tonight. I stumble out of bed onto the clothing-littered floor and catch myself from tripping over an overturned chair.
Ooh, that's very good. I can definitely tell your room is a mess just by basing that, and you never even said your room's a mess, right? Awesome. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to revise your poems we've been writing for our author study. But one tip, telling sentences have signal words in them, such as am or is, was. That's how we can tell it's a telling sentence. So with a partner, you're going to come up with 3 sentences that are telling sentences in your poem. Okay? We're going to highlight them, and then revise those sentences, and we're going to pick one to share. Okay? All right, so take out your poems. You're going to turn, talk to each other, read your poems out loud, and help your partners understand, okay?
So, I get reminded. Does that work?
Good job highlighting, girls. Now what you want to do is pick one sentence. Okay, girls, so let's gather back together. Let's hear some of your ways that you've revised your poem. What's your original sentence, Ari?
It's so I take off my shoes.
Okay, so I take off my shoes. All right, how did you make that into a showing sentence?
Well, I just changed one of the words. I said, so I take off my shoes, and I thought that was a little more interesting. Like, taking off your shoes, you do that every day when you come home, but taking off your shoes, like, okay, I'm done with these shoes.
Yeah, I can tell that you're a lot more tired once you do that, okay? Mia, can you read yours?
I'm thankful for my family.
Okay, and then how did you change it into a different telling?
Rather than
Or
family, I did parents because I'm not really like, I just like my parents, not really my sisters.
Oh, okay. All right, and what else do you have there? Anything else? Did you describe your wonderful parents? How much they help you with the messy room or anything like that?
Well, I didn't really get to that. Yeah.
All right, pretty soon. All right, great, good job revising your poems. So next, what other pieces of writing could you use telling sentences to? How else could you spruce up your other writing?
Well, you could add telling sentences
Showing.
you can add showing sentences into any piece of writing, into a screenplay, into a book, into anything, a newspaper
Anything,
article.
really. You can really take, just like you did, you took one word and changed it, and now I have such a better sense at how tired you are when you're writing that, okay? And do you think this work that you wrote is worthy for our author party we're going to have?
I guess so.
All right, you guys so. Mia, do you think yours is going to make it in there?
Maybe.
Maybe. How about you, Morgan?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right, well, thank you. Class is over. And thank you, Zeta. What did you learn in class today?